Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018. Taking on Bologna today away from home, and this is our game in hand that we have over Juventus. We are currently 5 behind. Take a look at the league table here. We're on 37, Juve on 42. We are 5 points behind Juventus, but obviously have this game in hand. If we were to win this game, we'd be right up there, only 2 points behind them. Tricky one away to Bologna though, who are sitting 4th at the moment, right up there in amongst it. So looking at the lineup here today, look at Antonelli just as a heads up, is going to move, I think, to China. We've accepted a £7 million offer for him. That's a pretty good fee actually, a 30-year-old backup going for that kind of fee. So we're going to be, actually, let's clear this lineup here. So we're going to be playing Gianluigi Donnarumma. The back three, we're going to go with Bonucci. Does he prefer to be central actually? He does prefer to be central. Bonucci in the centre. We're also going to go with Andrea Barzali, who has now joined the club. Excellent news for us. A cracking player. Not the quickest, but playing in that three should have plenty of cover. And he's an absolute boss in terms of his mental stats and obviously these technicals here. 20 for his marking. Absolutely excellent. Can he tutor anyone actually? Let's see. Bellanova, is he any good? Yeah, Bellanova looks pretty decent. Tutor Bellanova. Might as well take advantage of his excellent experience. So it's going to be Barzali, Bonucci and Romagnoli at the back. I mean, what can you say about that? That is a hell of a three-man unit at the back. Yep, but Romagnoli on his left foot, Barzali presumably preferring his right. He does indeed, and Bonucci, it doesn't really matter since he's in the middle, but he also prefers his right. The right wing back is going to be Ignazio Abate just now. Ricardo Rodriguez, the left wing back. Deep line playmaker is going to be Manuel Locatelli, and the box to box is going to be, of course, Frank Kessie, with the attacking midfielders being Hakan Çalhanoğlu and also Suso. What's this? Oh, that's just telling us that he's got personalised instructions. Okay, that must be new. I haven't seen that before, or I just haven't noticed it. And Andre Silva will be the man up front. So, bench, Antonio Donnarumma and Marco Storari, Paletta, Musacchio, Conte is injured of course, Antonelli, Calabria, Biglia, Montalivo, Zaniolato, Bonaventura. Alright, do you know what? I'm going to take Storari out here. We don't need two goalkeepers on the bench. Storari's contract is coming to an end, and I'd like, frankly, to have him take up a staff role here at the club. He'll come off the bench for Borini, which will also allow us to have Kalinic and Crotone on there. Does he have staff attributes? He does not have staff attributes despite being 40 years old. Okay, I take it he's just going to retire. But that's going to be our lineup today when we go to Bologna. Looking to control the game here with our passing. Going to be higher up, lower the tempo a little bit, but we're still going to be an attacking force here. We're going to go obviously with three at the back there. I kind of don't like that Bonucci and Barzali don't have a strong link already, but whatever. So Donnarumma obviously playing the sweeper keeper with his ability to play the ball out. Barzali, Bonucci, Romagnoli in there. They'll be the guys who we can just recycle possession to when we get it. I actually had a request in a previous video to go more in depth on our tactical approach to these games, so we're just going to do that before the games. Just now, most of the time it will remain the same, but there may be a couple of tweaks depending on our opposition. So Abate and Rodriguez will be the ones to provide us the width. They're playing with the automatic feature, which basically means they should sense the tone of the team around them and know whether to get up and down or whether to stay back. So for example, right now we're playing with an attacking mentality, so they should know to get up and down. Barzali, Bonucci and Romagnoli should be able to deal with most things defensively. But wingers obviously could cause a little bit of a problem. Locatelli playing the deep line playmaker. His job is essentially to move the ball on to Frank Kessie, Suso or Çalhanoğlu, or indeed get it out wide. Kessie box to box, he's basically going to track some midfielders from the opposition. He can run back and deal with some of that, but he's also going to bomb forward. He knows how to hit a shot, so he can support Suso and Çalhanoğlu up there, as well as running beyond them. He's a hell of an athlete if we take a look at him. Frank Kessie, 17 for stamina there, 14 for pace is pretty decent. Agility and acceleration are okay. Obviously he's got a lot of strength as well, but that stamina really means he can get up and down box to box. Çalhanoğlu and Suso basically are just the two guys in there trying to unlock the defence. They can also make a move into the box for themselves and possibly take some long shots. Andre Silva complete forward. Just he's going to do everything up there. He's going to dribble. He's going to hold the ball up. He's going to look for runners beyond him. He's going to make a run himself beyond the last defender. Play on the shoulder. Basically, just do everything up there and finish. And he has been doing really well, 15 goals so far this season. So that's the mentality we're going to go with here. It'll be interesting to see Barzali's debut here. He wants number 15, and he can get number 15. Look at that. So Barzali and Bonucci reunited here at Milan. Well, we'll look at this formation. We'll talk about that a little bit. Oops, I meant to pause that there, but apparently I can't. Chiellini's contract, interestingly, is actually running out, but he's not interested in discussing a move here, unfortunately. Or I would like to have reunited the Juventus trio at the back. They are getting on a bit now in terms of age, but at the end of the day, we need to get winning ways at the moment. We can't be too concerned about building for the future. We need to knock Juventus off their perch as quickly as we possibly can. So yeah, 3 centre-backs with wing-backs and 2 defensive midfielders and 2 central midfielders for Bologna today. They're not really looking to threaten us too much going forward. They're just looking to be compact and contain in there at the back. But we're going to have faith with our boys that we can break them down. As Tyder launches that one forward, Verdi picks it up pretty much unopposed and can run down the flank now with it. Got 2 defenders on him. He manages to slip, whips it in, headers there, and oof, Donnarumma has to make the save, but the defending there was not exactly encouraging. And Bologna get the first chance of the game, unfortunately, but good save Donnarumma at close range. The man really should have done better. But Çalhanoğlu now with our first opportunity, whipping in the corner. It's headed away by Mbai, who I think might be Niang. It's picked up by Suso. Suso plays it into front. Kessie takes a nice touch, helps it on to Çalhanoğlu. Bit of space now to hit one off. What a finish by Hakan Çalhanoğlu. So what I want to do now is get up their formation, just to make sure they don't change it. Because they're obviously set up to try and contain, and now they're 1 goal down. Obviously we can also look at the roles they have here on this screen to make sure they don't change it. As Andrea Poli goes into the book for Bologna. This would be a hell of a result actually away here. Bologna flying high, coming away to them and getting a good result would be excellent stuff. And the screen, man. Andrea Poli, I think, is going to... Yeah, Andrea Poli's sent off now. They're going 3-4-2 none on the looks of that formation. If they do that, I mean, game's over. I mean, if you're down and you're playing without a striker. Rodriguez now on the free kick. He decides to dispatch it from range and it's taken in by Morante. In the past, I have actually said that I wasn't concerned about direct free kicks because they never go in, but I think that's been patched now. I've seen a couple fly in. So I want to treat them with the respect that they now apparently deserve. It seems to have been patched, as I say. So we're 1-0 up and we're playing against 10 men. I have to passionately tell them that I'm pleased. Nothing more to say on that one, really. I don't like the fact this is now up here. I mean, they've got the condition and stuff, which is nice to know, but I don't like the fact the ratings are now this kind of bit up there. Does it highlight in green? It does actually kind of highlight in green where they can go, but it's not very obvious. It wasn't doing that before at all. Bonaventura's coming on for Suso, and we're going to throw in Kalinic for Silva. I actually came up against AC Milan in my offline Celtic game, and Kalinic ripped me a new one before we came back and eventually ended up knocking Milan out in that game. But yeah, as I say, Kalinic. I think Kalinic got 3 goals across the 2 legs, so hell of a player. So I'm interested to see what we can do with him here. They're still going with a very, very negative formation here, Bologna, but they do have a free kick. Nagy will whip that in. It's away by Bonucci. Keita should be able to pick that up for them, though. Nice flick to Nagy there. I'm going to take this away because it's obstructing the vision here. Keita forward to Tyder. Bit of a chance. He's got a lot of Milan players round him. Don't want to go in, though, and take him down, and apparently that was a shot. But that just shows, obviously, the problems they're going to have getting forward. They're doing pretty well in the sense that they've restricted us to no opportunities when we have a man advantage. We do have a corner now. Çalhanoğlu will whip that in. It's headed away by Donsa, but it will come to Locatelli, who can... Oh, he can reverse it to Kessie, actually. Helps it on to Kalinic, bit of space for him. He loses it to Gonzalez, but he does manage to hold possession, whips it in. It's away by Di Mario. Bonucci finds Locatelli now. To Çalhanoğlu. Abate providing the overlap here. Not a great ball. Abate, can he angle this one in? Abate whips it in, and it's Bonaventura, and it just kind of hits Bonaventura, and then is slapped in by Morante, and it's going to go down as a Morante own goal, which I think is a little harsh. Bonaventura should have got that one as far as I'm concerned. But Zaniolato is going to get a little bit of a run now. as we go 2-0 up. And it's brilliant. I was a little bit worried about this game, to be honest, but I think they've set up way, way too negatively. And then that red card obviously hasn't helped them, Andrea Poli getting sent off. And it's a good start to the episode, which is going to be a tricky episode. You know, away at 4th place Bologna. We've obviously came here. It looks like we're going to run away with a victory, and then we have to go to Fiorentina. So that's going to be an interesting one. Fiorentina, who battered us 2-0 actually. They beat us by this scoreline at San Siro, but it wasn't close. It didn't look like we were going to win that game at all. They came and ripped us apart, to be frank, which made me really concerned how our season was going to go. But we've obviously pushed on since then. We've got a lot of actually excellent away results. Helander now will switch it to Mbai. On to Donsa, no help in front of him. He'll blaze one, but it's easily wide of the post. And I'd imagine that's probably going to be the last meaningful action of the game. 2-0 to AC Milan here against Bologna. That's excellent news for us. Donnarumma will kick this long. Headed away, Zaniolato helps it to Rodriguez, takes a nice touch. 15 seconds to go, nothing's really going to happen in this one. Rodriguez now, Donsa with a good challenge on him, away it goes. Yep, we're over the allotted time now as Rodriguez will take the throw in. Kalinic takes it down on the chest. And the final whistle, 2-0 to AC Milan. Brilliant result here. Into the dressing room, a good win for Boises. Atalanta with a 1-0 over Sassuolo, who've well and truly fallen now. Let's have a little look at their squad. Domenico Berardi, would he be interested in making the step up to Milan? Nobody else really in their squad that I'm all that interested in, but Berardi obviously would be a good one. Andrea Barzali today with the... Actually, we don't know what his rating was. We'd have to go back into the match ratings. Let's have a little look here. Andrea Barzali with a 6.9. 6.9 for Bonucci, 6.7 for Romagnoli. They didn't really have anything to do. I think it's a bit harsh giving them the lower ratings there, as I say. Not much to do. But a clean sheet. You can't say more than a clean sheet. And we're about to go away to Fiorentina. I actually believe we will be able... Oh, Paletta... Yeah, the two Chinese clubs offering Paletta a contract. His deal runs out at the end of the season. Sportelli was delighted with the experience he had linking up with Bonucci. Let's link him up with Abate next. You can get some experience learning from him as well. I'll tell you what, he's got a hell of a lot of good shooters here in Bonucci and Abate and Barzali. Okay, Kaká is warning us about Giovanni Simeone, who's had a good start to the season. As an advance forward, the Argentine. 10 goals and 16 starts in Serie A is not bad at all. Thomas Partey has moved to Lazio, that's something to be concerned about. Where are we? Torino have bid 110k for Matteo Sonchin, who is a good goalkeeper, but we already have better options than him. Tell you what, not loan back length. Percentage of next sale. I want 50% of whatever he goes for next, and I want 250 grand. 150. Okay, do you know what? Give me 150,000 and give me 50% of what you sell him for. Excellent. If they raise him up and he grows, they'll be able to sell him for an absolute packet. And now, this is an interesting one. Musacchio, a £26 million bid from Barcelona for Matteo Musacchio, who, by the way, has just joined us from Villarreal. He's played half a season. We bought him for 16 million. He is a good player, but he is 4th behind Romagnoli, Barzali and Bonucci. We do have good backup in Paletta. Do you know what? Let's negotiate. Let's be ridiculous and ask for 40. 28.5. Let's try for 35 out of them. And the bid 31. Do you know what? I'm going to accept 31. 31 is a hell of a fee for a guy who's your 4th choice midfielder and centre back. Now let's do what all responsible managers would do and go and look at responsible managers who are 225 grand over the wage budget. let's go and do what all responsible managers would do and look for a centre back. Let's clear, search, centre back, please. That is weird. Why does that come up as soon as you scroll over? It does. That's strange. See, I don't even need to click this. It just comes up when you roll over it, which is a bit strange. Yeah, I want a centre back. However, let's go to advanced condition. I want him to be Italian. So Ogbonna, Cherby. There's kind of nobody here is particularly exciting. What if we use our knowledge from previous Football Manager games and we go and we have a look at Alessandro Bastoni, who's on loan from Inter. Okay, I doubt I'm going to get him. Inter obviously have picked him up from Atalanta and then loaned him back, so we're probably not going to be able to get him. But we'll keep an eye and see what the deal is there. There's another bid for Antonelli, 7 million. Absolutely, no problem accepting that one. We'll get that 47.5 grand off the wage bill for Antonelli. Musakio's wages as well off the bill, plus a total income of 38 million from selling both of them. I can't argue with that. It's not bad. We need to get the finances under control here a little bit. We've got a lot of people earning money that aren't really adding a lot to the squad. If we have a look at Kalinic, for example, 110 grand a week. We have a little look at Borini. 79 grand a week, fucking hell. I didn't think it was going to be that high, needless to say. So a couple of people earning a lot of money. I mean, even Storari is on 31.5. Antonio Donnarumma, 31.5. This is ridiculous wages some of these players are on. Montalivo, what's he raking in? 79,000? Yep. Clearly a lot of financial mismanagement here at Milan. We're up against Fiorentina next. Let's actually have a look. What if Fiorentina... Oh, Chiesa. We actually would kind of like to sign Federico Chiesa. We have a report saying he'd be useful, which I think is a bit harsh, but the fee's pretty damn high. Yeah, in terms of their defenders, David Astori's okay. Most of their defenders kind of are just okay. Cristiano Biraggi, loan from Pescara, joining permanently, is okay. Do you know what we'll do? We'll do more scouting later on. I think we're more or less okay just now to carry on with what we have. So pretty much the same idea as when we played Bologna here. It worked in the previous game. We were able to impose ourselves on them. There was a couple of chances for Bologna from set pieces and whatnot, but you know what? We're just going to play exactly the same way here. We're up against a 4-2-3-1, very positive from Fiorentina. You can't blame them considering they came out earlier on in the season to San Siro and gave us a bit of a battering, to be honest. So, yep, absolutely justified in their approach to this game. However, I'll be saying we should be winning this one fairly comfortably today, which Barzali has liked, so has Suso, and as has Andre Silva. So let's hope Barzali can get 2 clean sheets on the bounce to start his Milan career as Fiorentina try and come forward. Saponara picking it up now, switching the play to Chiesa, who they won't be keeping for very long. Federico Chiesa gets the ball across, but it's easy for Donnarumma, who gets his gloves on the ball after just 20 seconds here. Pretty small crowd here actually, as Astori heads it away. Locatelli will pick it up. Thought he would go to Kessie. He does now. Kessie into Suso. Suso holding it up in a tight space. Not a good pass though for Rodriguez, but he does recover it. Suso goes all the way back though to Romagnoli. Romagnoli will launch it forward. What a pass that is to Abate. Can he find somebody in the box? Oh, it's kind of bouncing around. Andre Silva's onto it, and it is 1-0 to AC Milan, but an absolute howler from Sportiello in goals there. I don't know what he did, to be honest. He just kind of touched the ball and then let Andre Silva run in and kick it in. Not brilliant, but you know we are ahead. I'm going to actually, for how they've played in the opening 15, I'm going to praise them, as we have a corner to be taken here by Çalhanoğlu. Delivery's not good. Vitor Hugo away. Kessie will pick it up. He'll return it into the danger area. Oliveira will clear it though, and it will go out to play. Got to question what the highlight was there. Good start from us in the opening 20. We're not exactly battering down the door, but we do have the lead. We've restricted Fiorentina to no real chances, as Donnarumma will launch this one long towards Andre Silva. No, sorry, towards Çalhanoğlu. Benassi will head it away, but only as far as Abate. Abate driving through a gap there, playing it to Suso. It hits his heels, but he does recover possession. Round the corner to Kessie, lovely spin, should be able to play it down the line there. Oh, he's taken too long and has hit it off Chiesa. Over the top for Simeone, marshalled well by Bonucci, who gives it away to Chiesa. Now it's over the top, Simeone's between Barzagli and Romagnoli, and he's beyond Donnarumma. It is 1-1. A terrible pass from Bonucci, he did so well to win the ball and then he just gave it away. It was a good finish by Simeone, but it's poor from us at the back. Vitor Hugo finds Chiesa now. Marshalled by Kessie, and Suso goes back the way. Easy to get the ball forward to Badelj here. Benassi playing it forward to Saponara. Saponara flicks it through the middle of our defenders, and Donnarumma just managed to save it. What the fuck was that? The defenders just let that go between them? My god. Saponara in, headed by Benassi, but it will go wide. I mean, the match engine is a bit of a shambles, to be honest. Defenders are just getting so much disrespect, as are goalkeepers. I mean, their goal and their chance, they're just terrible from the defenders there. I mean, Bonucci isn't going to let that happen in real life, I'm afraid. Just as Sportiello, on the other hand, wouldn't have done what he did for our goal. I get the idea that everybody wants to play nice attacking football, and the match engine's probably going to favour nice attacking football. But to be honest, I'd just like to see it do it without making defenders and goalkeepers look like mugs, to be honest. Because our centre backs look like mugs in this game, and their goalkeeper looks like a mug. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. I think too many video games do it, to be frank. And 1-1 here. Fiorentina probably been the better side, actually. Probably since we scored, really. It's fired in. Simeone's acres of space. It's a penalty given away by Bonucci. Or was it Abate? It's Abate, apparently. Simeone now with a chance to give Fiorentina the 2-1 lead, which will be the 4th time Donnarumma has conceded to Fiorentina this season. Simeone waiting on the referee's instructions. Steps up. And it's saved by Donnarumma. Simeone on the rebound. It's 2-1. Okay, now I have to demand more because this frankly has been a shambles. Bonucci now has a 7 for some reason. But Barzagli and Romagnoli have terrible ratings. But Abate, who gave away the penalty, apparently doesn't. I don't get the logic in a lot of these ratings either, to be frank. Calabria is going to come on for Abate, who gave away the pen. But I mean, I don't understand the ratings. And Sportiello has a 6.9 despite our goal being entirely his fault. Anyway, Suso's corner's delivered. Barzagli's in there. It's headed away by Vitor Hugo. Suso looking for Locatelli. Nods it down to Kessie. Frank Kessie now has got an easy pass there. Doesn't choose to take it. Ball goes through. Calabria will pick this up before Simeone, although he decides to run in quicksand for the last couple of feet. Launches a ball forward. Great pass to Rodriguez. Now it's Suso for Rodriguez again. Angles a ball in. Andre Silva, and the defenders are mugs again. I'm happy that we've scored. I'm happy that Andre Silva's got the 50th league goals of his career. Happy for Rodriguez's assist. I'm unhappy the way that it happened. The defenders just stood there and let him get in. Okay, we're going to make another sub here. Andre Silva's probably the only man who actually deserves to stay on the park. Locatelli's going to come off for Lucas Bilia just now. And for the last 15 minutes, we're not going to tell him anything just now. I was going to tell them, either encourage them or tell them to push forward. But right now we have the ball. Biglia to Barzali. Should be an easy ball to Calabria. It is indeed. That's the way we want to try and play football. Calabria, will he take on his man? He's been stopped in his tracks. He's hoofed that forward. What a pass it's ended up being. Rodriguez beats his man. He's in. Square it. Square it. Oh, never mind. Just shoot. I mean, even then... Okay, we're going to tell them now to concentrate for the last couple of minutes. But we're not going to change up the tactics and invite on Fiorentina by going defensively. But there, the goalkeeper kind of just stood there. He didn't try and come out, close down the angle. He just stood there. Suso putting it in now. Astori away. Comes back to Biglia, who thunders one. Bonucci takes it down on the chest. It's cleared away by the defender. Picked up by Chiesa now. Possible chance here. Ball forward, and it's cut out by Calabria. Get back onside, Suso. Calabria to Suso now. He plays it in for Andre Silva. What a pass. Keeper rushes out, but Andre Silva completes the hat-trick. That was better. Keeper came rushing out, tried to stop the ball. It was a great pass in behind. Andre Silva running on the blind side of the defender. All things that are realistic and reasonable to expect would happen in a real game. And it just makes you feel more of a sense of achievement. I mean, when something stupid happens like our first goal and you score, it's difficult to feel like you've achieved something there. It basically just feels like a screwy glitch has got you the goal. But that final goal there was beautiful. Giovanni Simeone proving to be a good striker at a good club with a brace. But Andre Silva proving to be an elite striker at an elite forward-thinking club with the hat-trick. 4-2 win in the end. Excellent stuff, especially when we went 2-1 down. Brilliant from the boys to come back. And Andrea Barzali once again is top of Serie A as AC Milan, who are now 19 games without defeat, go top of the league. When was the last game we lost, actually? Obviously we lost to Nice in Europe. Last game we lost was Fiorentina. We haven't lost since opening day. That is nuts. Yeah, we're 12-7-1. That is crazy. We haven't lost since opening day. We're unbeaten in 19 games, and still Juventus will retake the summit if they win away at Chievo. That is mad. That just shows what we're up against here. This crazy Juventus team. So let's just see how they do away at Chievo before we end the episode. It's been a bit of a longer episode this time around. Anthony Martial, yeah, discard Anthony Martial. There's no way we're going to afford that. 7 million Antonelli from Sevilla. Fine, why not? Palermo have offered this young goalkeeper a contract. Fine, he looks bang average. Gabbia is happy linking up with Musacchio. Let's see if he can link up with anyone else. Bonucci, absolutely. You can tutor him now. And Gorn, that guy, he's going to Palermo anyway, so who cares. Juve are away at Chievo. Let's hope the bottom of the league side can shock them, but I doubt it. Comfortable win here. They might even lay down a marker with a big victory. Come on, let's see. Look at Antonelli in talks with Sevilla now. 1-1 Juve and Chievo, which leaves AC Milan top on a head-to-head record against Juventus. 8 points clear of third place Udinese and 10 clear of fourth place Bologna. Absolutely no doubt about it now. AC Milan will be in the Champions League. We've reached our pre-season targets of Champions League football. However, the question now turns to, will we actually manage to win Serie A in the first season? That is the big question. Don't get me wrong, it's still going to be difficult. We still have to go to the Juventus Stadium in Turin, and we're even on points. So right now I'd probably still make Juventus favourites over the course of the season, considering we have that game in Turin to play. But that's going to be it for this episode. As I say, it's been a bit of a longer one this time. We've had some transfer stuff to deal with. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have done, drop down below and leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow the series, or in fact the Rangers series we have going on there on the channel as well just now, you could subscribe to the channel, for which I'd be eternally grateful. I have noticed the subscriber count going up since we started Football Manager 2018, so I just wanted to express my thanks for that. But mostly, just thank you for watching the videos here on the channel, guys. I really do appreciate it. It makes me want to make more. Next time out, we have Genoa and Inter Milan, quote unquote, away. So hope to see you for that one next time, guys, and I'll see you then.